last year has been a painful time for so many people at home and abroad.
Yeah, but here in Southern California, there's a local organization aimed at targeting that pain by fostering strong bonds among those who have the sharpest of disagreements.
Mariam Mohudeen and Eli Ungar Sargon have known each other for more than a decade. An unexpected friendship that has been tested by things far beyond their control. It's a partnership with touchstones across the world.
My family are immigrants from Pakistan and then came to LA about 14 years ago.
I come from an Orthodox Jewish background. My family moved to Israel when I was 13 years old. I lived there until I was 19.
Their backgrounds and upbringing made it unlikely their paths would cross. But this is where NewGround comes in. Founded in 2006 and based in LA, NewGround works to build relationships, dialogue, and partnerships between Muslims and Jews, emphasizing the importance of empathy and understanding in resolving conflicts.
When I came here, I remember there was a priest who said, I don't believe in tolerance because I'm not here to tolerate you. I'm here to accept you. I can't even begin to tell you how much that just hit me.
NewGround seemed to me like a great opportunity to sharpen my skill set and maybe meet some interesting people, and I had no idea that it would change my life the way it did.
Self-described as people who are unafraid of conflict, both Mariam and Eli dove headfirst in NewGround's 9-month fellowship back in 2014.
I think very quickly we were able to establish a kind of baseline where we're here to understand the other and a lot of mutual respect between the Jews and the Muslims.
For Eli and Mariam, it's the reflection and growth they gained for themselves that has proven to be the most impactful in the 10 years since.
One of the things that was hard for me was having to really face my own anti-Semitism and things that I couldn't see. And I also think that Eli, he really challenged a lot of my views.
At the core, they say, is building real relationships with each other in order to start having hard conversations. None more difficult than discussing October 7th, 2023.
Having been through what we've already been through in our own lives and our communities, you just knew that this was going to be a really bad, a big trigger point.
I don't think any of us predicted the magnitude of the shift that we were about to experience.
On that day, Hamas launched a coordinated attack on Israel, breaching the border from the Gaza Strip and attacking civilian areas, towns, and military installations.
Well, I'll tell you that Mariam was the first person who texted me to see how I was doing and make sure that she knows I have family in Israel, and she wanted to make sure that everyone was okay. And it was like this wonderful feeling of support and that I have a genuine relationship.
That day it was really hard because it was so big.
About 1,200 Israelis were killed and more than 250 people were taken hostage. Following Israeli airstrikes launched in response to the Hamas attacks, hundreds of Palestinians were reported dead. 1 year later, and in the midst of a war that shows no signs of ending anytime soon, at least 1,700 Israelis are dead, according to reports, and more than 41,500 people in Gaza have been killed, according to local health authorities. Despite being half a world away, it's a conflict that continues to weigh heavily here at home.
I see how difficult this is, how much it weighs on people. These conversations are not easy. It's just, this year has just been so sad. Every day you're contending with another thing, another death, another this, another fight, another missile. And you're like, how do I hold steady to this? And it's hard because this topic is so hard.
A complexity that has forced the lessons learned from NewGround to take a stronger hold and help them wade through a stream of highly emotional and charged conversations.
I just knew that there was one thing that I had learned from NewGround, which is that regardless of my opinion of you or your opinion of that, I can still relate to you as a human and how you're doing.
Mariam and Eli say the Israel-Hamas conflict proved too much for some, but it reinforced the need for them and others to continue tapping into that human connection, carrying the privilege and responsibility of being someone who can express a different and nuanced perspective.
Sometimes you have to learn how to modulate the way you're talking about it so that you can live up to that responsibility and really reach people. But that is such a precious gift that we have, to be able to be that person for so many different people.
I mean, I don't know, sometimes a gift, I feel like sometimes it's a burden, sometimes it's hard because you see these conversations happening and who we are, we can't sit quiet.
You will always have people who disagree. You will always have people that you want to try and establish that communication, that relationship, others that give up on it. How does the work for you guys continue now and into the future?
I'm thinking that both Ellie and I, since that fellowship, have really actually taken on different things in our careers and personal life that are continuing this message.
I really do believe that how we communicate with each other has the power to transform our relationships.
And while the solution to the ongoing war in Gaza may not be coming from the halls of NewGround, it is establishing a different form of change, highlighted by a friendship strengthened through communication, shaping the world, one community and one relationship at a time.
They found interesting people in the two of us because we won't stop the conversation. So even when we're in tricky situations, be it with friends or family, you'll see, I can feel like sometimes channeling Ellie, like, wait a second, have you thought of, and I'm like, yeah, I can hear myself. It's NewGround playing out in my head, and I can also see that it's changing people too.
Yeah, the story shows people on both sides still suffering, but if we come together, you know, hopefully we can bring peace.
And a lot of that starts with just talking to each other. Right?
Communication, yeah, what he said. Great job. That was Gio Insignares reporting.